You know the NBA is going to be hurting when individuals who genuinely enjoy the game of basketball no longer watch it. Me and a lot of my friends and a lot of people I have talked to around the globe who enjoy basketball no longer watch the NBA. The biggest reason is due to the political nature that is ingrained within the game. When I am saying that I like the game of basketball, I, before COVID, attended multiple games. Now, instead of NBA games, I go to college. I enjoy college basketball. This particular segment I caught when I was at a restaurant. I don't really watch cable. In fact, I don't even have cable. This particular interview is emblematic of why I don't watch basketball. I will show you this interview and I will chime in when I feel necessary.
Very unique experience because one of our esteemed coworkers, Candace Parker, is in a bubble of her own down there in Bradenton, Florida with the
For those of you that don't know, considering nobody watches the WNBA, Candace Parker is in the Women's National Basketball Association. I only know about her because she played at Tennessee, which is the state I currently reside in. But back to the video.
WNBA. And Candace, I kind of need you to speak on something because as we talk about the social justice messages on the back of NBA jerseys, there's a little bit of an issue right now in the WNBA, where Georgia Senator and also one of the co-owners of the Atlanta Dream franchise, Kelly Loeffler, came out and was critical of the Black Lives Matter initiative and actually asked that league to put an American flag on every jersey. Now, the WNBA, Candace, has come out and has made a statement about this and said how important it is to stand behind the cause. But I'm curious for you as a leader of that league, what's your take on it?
There's no place in the league. There's no place in the WNBA, a league that is the majority minority. And I've said this a number of times. This is a league that is 80% African American women.
Now, here's the thing. I take no issue with this being 80% African American. It might be. I've never watched a WNBA game in my life. But if this was 80% white, you would be hearing the corporate media and individuals like Miss Candace Parker claiming that it is racist. But she uses this as a positive point.
We talk about socioeconomic background, gender, women, black, socioeconomic, talk about sexual orientation. There's no place in this league. And I think we've had a number of people that have stepped forward and listened. And
this is what a lot of people do. They don't really give you a lot of facts. Notice in this statement, she said things that sounded intelligent. Socioeconomic, which isn't even a thing because society does not determine your economic position. There have been a lot of people who grew up in rich families that are broke and vice versa. Gender orientation, this is what they do. They use big words in order to sound intellectual, but they don't actually offer you any facts to represent their argument, which I will attempt to do as the segment continues.
And have taken initiative and taken action. And we've had those that haven't.
And this is a basketball league. What is the point of a basketball league? Is the point of sports to change social justice? And if that's the case, what single bill, what single piece of legislation has been pointed to the floor, has been proposed, or has been presented to the floor of the Congress in order to be passed by the legislator? I can't name a single bill. When I watch basketball, the last thing I want to think about is politics. But if that is your goal, what single bill or a piece of legislation has gotten passed based upon your social justice cause, as people like Candace like to say.
Continue to make comments and show why we're still in this situation. And so I think a number of players in our league have expressed that there's no place in the league for her.
And that's what Marxists do. You see, if you disagree with us, if you make a statement that is different, if your ideology is different than ours, we don't want you with us. There is no place for you. Now, what was it that Kelly Loeffler said that was so controversial? She said that each jersey should have an American flag on the back of it. But yet this is a controversial statement. I have grandfathers that served in World War II that are 1 trillion times more the people than you'll ever be. You play with balls for a living, and hopefully you play with another type of balls other than just the traditional basketball. But the point I'm trying to make is that America means something to average people like myself. When you state that there is no place for people in your league for simply stating they want you to wear an American flag, that is why people like me who genuinely like the game of basketball don't watch your shit. But let's continue.
Let's take a look at that statement from the WNBA commissioner. As they address this, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert saying the WNBA is based on the principle of equal and fair treatment of all people, and we, along with the teams and players, will continue to use our platforms to vigorously advocate for social justice. Senator Kelly Loeffler has not served as a governor of the Atlanta Dream since October 2019 and is no longer involved in the day-to-day business of the team. Candace, you're down there at that campus.
Now, to put things into perspective, okay, all these people are bitches. They're beta males. They work for a large corporation. When you work for a large corporation, you have to agree with their statements. Anytime you have your own opinion, then you are canceled. Look at what happened. Kelly Loeffler had a different opinion. She was canceled. But the point is, the average worker in the U.S., according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, makes $49,000 a year. The numbers I could find when I was doing research from multiple sources, that the WNBA player make minimum is $79,000. So people like Candace want us to believe she is oppressed. She is being totally discriminated against because she's able to make over $79,000 playing basketball for a living, while average American workers make less. And you know who pays for the arenas that you play in? It's the taxpayer. Unlike the NBA, I mean, I'm not a fan, but at least they have 1 to 2 million viewers. The WNBA has nobody watching it, yet you have taxpayers paying for the electricity to fund your stadium. But you're oppressed by stealing money, and as you would say, socioeconomic, trying to sound intellectual. Just play basketball. You're good at that. I'm not. I'm intellectual. You're a good basketball player. Let's stick to what we know. But based on your point, you're stealing capital and resources from poor people in order to play basketball, and you're oppressed. By whom? Whom are you oppressed by? What specific individual or group are you oppressed by? Candace?
In IMG Academy, Bradenton, Florida. There was some video that came out today of unfortunate laundry room situation. I have spoke with the league, and they have said that they have taken care of it. A lot of the players were put in better situations, and it has been resolved.
And this is supposed to be
because
a
we're
segment.
about to see all these NBA players coming to the bubble. Yeah, there's the OL from D Wade. Candace.
Oh, poor WNBA players. They're so oppressed they have to be in a bubble, while a record amount of American workers can't even work because they're non-essential. They have to rely on $12,000 for a paycheck because their businesses that they work for or that they own have been shut down because they're deemed non-essential. But the poor oppressed athletes, they have to have bad laundry rooms. Poor oppressed athletes. I mean, fuck these athletes, seriously.
What is it like for you? What has it been like for you so far? I know you got there yesterday.
Well, I do want to go on record and say that I'm getting laundry service. I will not be using that.
You mean you can get laundry service playing in a league that nobody watches, but you're oppressed socioeconomically, playing in a stadium funded by taxpayers who on average make less income than you? Huh, that's interesting, Candace.
Laundry to do my individual laundry. But honestly, I mean, those of us have played overseas. We understand that quality isn't going to be the highest. We're in a bubble. We understand that.
But we shouldn't wear an American flag, even though you've been overseas and you see that the quality in America is better. You shouldn't wear an American flag because you're oppressed.
There are different things. There are different problems that we're going to have to work through. But I think the WNBPA is doing a good job of communicating with the league and getting those problems resolved. And I know a number of people are, texting problems and things like that. And I think the WNBA is doing a good job of trying.
Imagine if your worst problem in your life was not how you're going to put food on the table, not how you're going to pay your electricity bill, not about paying your car payment, but about how you were going to do your damn laundry. And you claim you're oppressed when that is your biggest problem. Now, again, I understand everybody has problems. Even if you're rich, you would still face emotional and other problems. But if you claim you are oppressed when your biggest problem is that your laundry is not working, maybe you should shut the fuck up and stop crying about being oppressed, because it really pisses working people like me off and turns us off.
And so we'll see. We're day 2. I'm quarantining right now in my room, unable to leave for a couple days. We start workouts on Thursday, and then we'll go from there and see how it ends up.
So there you go, folks. That is emblematic of why average workers who pay taxes, who work, who barely make it by, no longer watch sports. People like LeBron and Candace claim they are oppressed, when the people that pay for the TV contracts, whether they watch basketball or not, I don't watch the NBA, but I have to pay for their bullshit contracts because it comes with the cable bundle. I like college basketball and college football. Fuck the pro sports leagues, a bunch of millionaire fuckheads. I still got to pay for it though, even though I don't watch it. The people that pay for the tickets, the jerseys, I don't know why another man, a grown-ass man, as a kid I understand, I used to have a Peyton Manning shirt as a kid. But when you're a grown-ass man, why the hell would you wear another man's shirt? I mean, to me, that's the equivalent of licking another man's jockstrap. It's just like, dude, don't go there. Don't be a fan of another man, But the people that buy the jerseys, the people that buy the sneakers that are produced with slave labor, the people that fund all that shit, even the taxpayers that fund the arenas, somehow they're oppressing LeBron and Candace, who make more money than the average American worker. But think about this. This statement that Kelly Loeffler made was not even controversial. It was just, we should all wear American flags. But somehow, the mainstream corporate shit media took that statement and constructed it to be controversial. That's about all I got, but if you watch pro sports, you're really a dumbass. And this is coming from a sports junkie. I like a lot of college sports. But if you watch a lot of pro sports, you're a dumbass because these people don't care about you. They think you are oppressing them when without you, they would not have enough money to keep the damn lights on in their sports leagues.